Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
Today is Thursday, December 20th. It's the last episode of Barstool Radio for the year, right? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for the year. We're coming to you live from Barstool, New York, HQ. What up, Glenny Balls? Today's episode, you know the name? Stacker2. It's not Stacker1, it's not Stacker3, it's Stacker2. What percentage, we're going to give a quiz to all the listeners out there. What percentage of your vitamin B, what's the vitamin? Vitamin B what?
Vitamin B12.
B12. What's the percentage, Meek? Yeah, what was the percentage?
10,000%, Meek!
10,000%!
10,000%!
What are you good for? Can't even fucking answer the easy questions during the ad read. You also get the caffeine, you get the extract, you get all the energy you need to get through the day. You get the B12 shot. It's 2 ounces. It comes in available flavors like pink lemonade and blue raspberry. You also get the gummies. They come in grape. They come in strawberry. Different flavors, different types. There's also the Stacker2 melatonin. You definitely don't want to mix those up. The melatonin's going to put you to sleep. The other ones are going to get you riled up. So Stacker2 has all your needs for getting you through the day or ending your day. Go to stacker2.com/Barstool. They're running a contest right now. In the new year, you can win and come through and see all the boys and gals at Barstool headquarters and see how the sausage is made, see how the wizard operates behind the curtain, see your favorite podcasts recorded, how the videos are made, and get a full tour of the office and leave with some Barstool merch. So all you got to do is go to stacker2.com, make a purchase, go to your email, get your receipt, tweet out your proof of purchase with the hashtag BiteBack. That's stacker2.com. Tweet out the receipt with the hashtag BiteBack. We got an addition to add to the show today. This is actually more for the people on the show, not really the audience, but we're going to just give you guys a look behind the curtain. This is the new show, the new sign that we're adding to the show here. Now, you know, sometimes Nick Hamilton's texting us. We need to, you know, find a picture for that show, whatever it may be. But more often than not, the guys sitting on the couch, they come join the show, and they sit there and they just scroll their social media while they're
doesn't look good
while they're on a live radio show.
Someone who sees a clip, they're like, why would I watch this clip if the people in the clip aren't interested in the fucking
I stopped taking my phone on. I don't even bring my phone here anymore. Well, ever since you said that, I just leave it on my desk.
Because if you do, we will just...
Who did it last time?
We will take a gun and blow your brains out. I mean, everybody. Literally everybody does it. Nate was just sitting there last. Large did it. Everybody who's ever joined. I don't even want to single people out because it's just every single person. So we're going to put this facing this way so the audience won't even be seeing it. But in the future,
Pat, should we put PS show starts at noon on it?
I was filming it.
Could be another thing.
The reason I was late was because we were filming our Christmas episode of Joey's, and I literally had to help him get out of a dress. I was like, I need to fucking go.
Excuses?
But
Excuses.
I can't even bring...
Excuses.
So we could have done that show a half hour earlier, maybe.
We could have, yeah.
We'll dive right into it with more Barstool drama because we'll be figuring out who gets the money for Rent app. We're going to talk to Jackie about the spelling bee and the Secret Santa. I got to get Marty on to talk about our dozen match last night. Holy moly, maybe the most embarrassing moment of my life. And I'm hoping to get KenJack, but I'm hearing whispers he's not here. I wonder if your boy just conveniently ducked out knowing what his...
I don't think so. I think KenJack would wear that. I think KenJack...
I think so too. I'm just hoping he's not like gone already for the holidays or something like that because it is so funny. We'll run the clip.
Wait, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's the last episode of Barstool Radio.
No, we're off.
No, we're off.
Oh.
Yeah. The office is closed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did say Thursday. You're right, but we're closed. We're closed.
Why?
Thursday. I think it was just an extra day for the homies.
It would have been funny if I just came in tomorrow and sat on the couch.
I mean, I think I'm coming in tomorrow, but like.
You just do radio to no one?
Yeah, I think I have stuff to do for Out of Order.
Got that dog in him.
That's kind of weird. I think it's a weird day to get off. I mean, look, I'm not complaining about a day off, but
I think it's weird because of when it fell. But like, I think we usually got like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Like I think we usually do one day extra.
So that's the Friday. That's the Friday, no?
No one works here on a Friday.
Listen, I'm not gonna ask questions. They sent the fucking.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just. I was when you said last episode, I was thinking it's Thursday, and it's not Thursday.
Yeah, no, you are right. I did say Thursday because I was thinking the same thing. That's why I was confused and I double checked.
Oh, I didn't even know you said Thursday. I was just assuming Thursday because you said last one.
Yeah, no, it's they sent an email saying like take the day. So, yeah, we're gonna hit
That
that.
sound is aggressive. The bullet in the head.
It's not aggressive enough.
It's there. I was gonna say we actually wanted it to
I like
be
it.
like you're dead on the fucking floor, and we were gonna have like a mother and a daughter like crying. So we got a lot to get into today. This just hot off the press though. Some people just always find their way into Dave's crossfire, you know?
I don't know if people, I guess, find their way, but I would say Dave's
them.
Dave's aimer. I don't know, I'm
Weird
still
that I'm
taking
saying
my
this to you.
hunting test. Dave's
scope. His
scope.
fucking-
There it is. Yeah.
His
aimer
crosshairs.
is
And you know what it is?
pointed.
His radar is fine-tuned to things like this.
Yeah.
Like he's not checking all of Brandon Walker's tweets, but when he sees one, the bell goes off in his head. So Brandon Walker tweets about this guy Ryan in the Chicago office.
Who I recognize. Do I recognize him from going to Chicago, or did he used to live here?
He looks familiar. I saw him when I was in Chicago.
I don't know. But he said, this is Ryan from the Jerry After Dark streams. He was here until 1 a.m. running around and making sure the stream worked. Now he's back at the office at 7:45 a.m. He's part-time. Guy wants it. Picture of him in the gym. You know, I actually like that tweet. Like,
Yeah.
those guys do deserve more credit than they get. He's an example of how to do it. There's not enough of them. That tweet itself is fine. It's when it's coming from a guy who maybe has not made sure that he has crossed all his T's and dotted all his I's when it comes to his work resume. And Dave quote tweeted it and said, I shouldn't say work resume, say work ethic, let's say.
I don't know. I'm going to push back on that.
yeah, what's the word?
I
What's
think.
What do you mean Brandon Walker gets shit for that?
No, not work ethic, because Brandon has a great work ethic. He is also a great example of how to do it, where you come and you take the ball and you fucking run with it. He brought his family. He has done that more than anybody. But his whatever, he didn't show up to a corporate event. That's what I'm trying to get at. So Dave tweets, great post. And just to clarify, this is why when sales asks our talent to show up at major sponsored events that are 25 minutes from the Chicago office, maybe they should not ignore and decline, because we need money to pay people like Ryan who clearly deserve a full-time job. So this is alluding to a sponsored event that Brandon chose not to go to. That's what I was trying to say. He works harder than anybody.
Yeah.
He really does. He does a ton of shows. I think he's very funny. As much as I'm about to give Brandon Walker shit and we're going to make fun of him, I think he is a very good example of how to do content here and not slack.
Brandon, I think, is like one of the best examples of, like, maybe the only example of we hired somebody as a joke and they ended up being like an incredible employee.
Yeah.
I would say there's one other guy you got to keep on the list. The Tank, baby.
But the Tank, I don't even like. Yes, obviously.
Brandon is different. He's hosting shows.
It's a different thing.
I mean, Frank gets him shit. You know, he gets a fuck ton of views, and he's not a joke anymore. But yes, I know what you mean. Brandon is like coming up with his own ideas, hosting a radio show, multiple things.
Yeah. And Frank does that
uprooted
too,
his
but
family.
maybe Frank's isn't as regular. Frank does like special stuff, like where like Brandon has multiple daily shows now.
Brandon's like your everyday player. Frank's like a secret weapon you unleash every now and then. But I remember, him talking about like.
And maybe there are other examples I can't think of. I'm not.
When he was live streaming, whatever that other company was, and he had that haircut that looked like it was with a fork and knife.
That was crazy.
And
that was insane.
And the Stoolies were roasting him, and he got kind of like misappropriated as the guy who was like at fault for this thing. I mean, I don't know where Brandon Walker would have been. He had a wife and kids and a house and a mortgage and all that. I don't know where he was going, but when I talked to him, when I did Behind the Blog, when he was like, when I got this opportunity, I knew like this was my shot.
Dude,
He bet on he bet on himself,
Big
which
time.
is what I like.
Big time.
One of the craziest videos of all time. It's probably hard to find. I think you should just be like. They'll post it occasionally. When KB started the yak, like he had memorized Brandon's intro to that show one day, and he just did it. He's like, it's November, whatever. I'm in Starkville, Mississippi. I'm here in the basement, and it was just
It's that whole thing.
And it's Brandon like continuing to look over it, realizing what's happening.
I don't think I've seen that.
I've never seen that.
Bro, it's wild.
This is when he was like, Dave, I love Dave, like that whole thing?
No, I think it was just a regular episode.
Oh, okay.
Cowbell, the Mississippi State Podcast,
It's more Cowbell, the Mississippi State Podcast,
presented by Gondolier Italian Restaurant and Bar in Starkville, Mississippi.
presented by Gondolier Italian Restaurant and Bar in Starkville, Mississippi.
Hi, hello. Sunday night, we are here in the, we're at my house.
Hi, hello. It's Thursday afternoon, and we are here at we're here at my house.
We are at my house here in Fulton, Mississippi, as I do the show from the house.
We are at my house in Fulton, Mississippi, as I do the show from the house.
That's so good. When was that?
It was
While
definitely here, so it was a little while ago. But I think it's fucking. That's like one of those things where you're just like, how do you even think to do that?
I know.
Find an old
They just
Brandon
have a
clip.
brain that can
and-
memorize it all and spit it all back out, but just the thought to do it.
Yeah.
is even better. But, you know, this is a thing that happens often where, you know, going to those things are really not that bad. Usually it's a fucking free food, free drinks. Do I love to do it, you know, when you want to go home with your family and shit? Like, no. And there's a million times I've said to people like, yo, do I really have to be here when I shouldn't do that? I should just go to all of them. But there's certain ones when you know, like, you really got to go. And it sounded like if Dave's putting this one in major, that, you know, you should have been there. And it's just, you know, like, this was probably going to come out some way or another at some point once it was in Dave's, you know, dossier. Once he knew that Brandon and whoever else in the Chicago office skipped it, it was going to find its way to Twitter or the radio or a rundown or something. But when it's when you lob up your own alley-oop to get dunked on,
That's tough.
It's tough. So.
But that's the thing,
It's
Brandon
just-
can take it too. You know, it's like Brandon can.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a good sign when you are able to get shit on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Brandon does a lot, but it's like the second he messes up, he's just down his throat.
Always.
Second he
Same
messes
thing with
up.
Rico. I tell Rico all
Yeah.
the time. I'm like, you know, are you gonna get bent out of shape every time these guys do something to you? Because it's gonna happen literally forever. You know, it's just the.
I thought we had him yesterday.
that
He was
you
starting
gotta
to
bear.
teeter a little bit. When the guy was on the phone.
I was like, did you steal Healthy Debate?
Yeah, well, his reaction
He was
scared
like, wait,
me.
when was the email? I was like, do you have an email that you stole it from? It's you know, one of those things. It's probably our version of showing face in the office. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I don't necessarily think Brandon going to this makes or breaks our business with Body Armor. What you honestly, what you should do with this job is the same thing you do with everything else here. Is you should see these things as an opportunity. You can go and just shake some hands and drink some drinks in the corner and then be like, I showed up, I'm here, goodbye. And that's fine. Or you could go and like talk to people at Body Armor and be like, yo, I have this idea and I want to do this and I want to do that. Now that's, you know, you don't have to do that. That's kind of going above and beyond. But it's how often are you going to get in the room with a bunch of salespeople for a, you know, $1 billion drink company?
And also that works.
And
Like,
yeah,
talking to people. They had one at a hair salon in the West Village the other day, and I was like, Pat Savage upstairs, who like is one of the biggest hustlers we have here. That guy is giving one-offs to everyone. And we went down to the West Village, and it was like people from L'Oreal and all this. And if you just talk to people, chances are they're fans of your show.
Right.
And you
Or
just
now they
chat
will
it-
be because you're chatting with them
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
you chat it
know.
up with them, and then it's like, you know, who knows how much that helps.
But I
So it was
also,
nice.
you know, it's nobody's favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, when you do work a lot and you host a lot of shows or whatever, you want to just go home. But you can't skip them. And then if you're gonna, you gotta like somehow not get caught. You gotta, you know. And the real thing here is there are snitches everywhere at Barstool. There's kind of like, I feel like the one thing that you might have in the corporate world that's better than here is like I don't know how much that goes on in. I mean, I'm sure it happens everywhere, but I feel like here people will be like, I'm gonna run to Dave and tell him.
Yeah.
More so than like you don't like run to your partner at work and tell them who was and was not at the party, but people go right to the boss here.
I think that's
or tweet it out
from like most people being stoolies beforehand, so they just want to like impress Dave, kind of.
Yeah.
Or like not even impress is the right word, but like when you're talking to someone who you look up to, like I've noticed it like when we have guests on the show or when we go on other shows, where like I will divulge more than I plan to because I want them to like me.
Yeah.
Right. Where like I just want to like it's not impressed, but I want them to be like.
You want to be extra relatable. Show that you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, oof. I shouldn't have said that.
No, but there's also something to be like, I don't know what it is that makes people film an empty office and be like, I'm here and you're not.
I hate
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest the lamest shit ever. The Dante thing, like, hey Dave, like a bunch of people weren't here, like you should fucking yell at them.
What did you do that with?
The pizza the pizza thing.
Oh, right.
Pizza Fest, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that shit to me is just like, I don't know. You're either a person that does that kind of stuff or not. But this place seems to bring it out in people. So I don't know. Maybe we can hear from Brandon. I'm sure he'll probably address it on the Yak and his show and all that. But I don't think he's alone.
I would bet Brandon does it. He replied to Dave's tweet with just a link to Mostly Sports. Brandon also has his boxes checked where he's like,
I do my work.
yeah.
Shit.
Where it's like,
What did the link to Mostly Sports
I
have to
think
do
he
with it?
will though.
the Mostly Sports was live,
Oh, got it.
so he's just like, here's the show.
Sometimes I think he also has his WWF in him, where it's like
Yeah.
he's Vince McMahon and I'm Stone Cold or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
So like there are times he'll come back at him. I think when it comes
It is
to
very interesting watching the people who watch wrestling. They're all very good.
very good.
Dude,
when
people
you
who know wrestling
Bro,
are very good
the,
at
the internet and wrestling are
I think that I would never be able to be a heel, or maybe I have been, but it's not because I wanted to be, or I didn't know how to play that role. Because like everything I ever liked was like sports. Like I didn't dislike wrestling, but like I didn't follow it closely. I didn't really see the benefit of being like the guy. Like I would not want that. Like be the guy who clashes with the boss. That would not be like.
It's
a
nerve-wracking.
role
well.
would
I
embrace.
don't think Brandon like wants that. I think he just.
But I
recognizes
wouldn't know
when
how to do
happens.
it.
Yeah.
Like it would make me so uncomfortable. I would like.
My thing is more like Jared used to do it great. Like Jared used to put those
Carrabba's
promos,
yeah.
the intro to the podcast always used to be that big speech.
Yeah.
And you have to be wholly confident in yourself to do that, you know? And when you are a wrestling fan and you know other wrestling fans out there are going to recognize it, you're like, this is funny. This is a thing.
And I
If
might
you're
also,
not, it's like, it feels try hard or people, it's like,
Speaking of Jared, Marina did point out our guy Ryan just looks like young Jared.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I recognize him. It's Carrabba's.
he looks like Carrabba's
photo
before he
of
did
Carrabba's.
steroids.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
It's high school Carrabba's.
That's really, can we get, yes.
Oh my God. I don't recognize him. I recognize Carrabba's.
Carrabba's, holy
Dude,
shit.
that's scary.
Yep.
Holy, and that's actually not even the greatest picture.
Yeah, because there's one where he has his hat on forward that
There's
is.
more Carrabba's pictures that look like.
Yeah.
There's one of him in like a Red Sox jersey in his psychotic room.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it was. I was like, I don't think I know this guy, but I do recognize that look. Yep.
Carrabba's is doing good. You talked to him lately?
No. We just send each other headshot videos.
We saw him at the award show. I think he's doing a lot of work for DraftKings, but you know they're paying him a fuck ton of money, so he's probably happy doing it.
I FaceTimed him because I'm a lunatic. I'll just FaceTime people every once in a while. The other night, he picks up.
That
I
is
go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm at LA Fitness. And then I go, oh, really? He goes, just kidding. It's the gym in my fucking house. He turned around. I was like, all right, Jared.
Nobody flexes his money more than Jared. But yeah, those guys like, even if it's not like an act, like in an instance like this, Brandon knows like, oh fuck, I did fuck up, but there's also an opportunity here for me to like stir this up and get something positive out of it or whatever. I actually think he will say something and be like, I should be there for that.
Yeah.
The chat's saying it may have been Titus that didn't go and that Dave was going at Brandon just because he's co-host.
Oh.
Wait,
And Titus talked about getting reamed out by Dave on the Yak yesterday.
Okay.
I guess Kirk was talking about it this morning.
Oh, producer cam. That's new.
Right.
Nice. Nick goes and gets a haircut.
I was gonna say the second Nick's got a new haircut.
Oh, it's been set up for weeks. I'm just not coming.
I see how that goes. Okay, well then, I owe one big fat apology to Brandon Walker.
I think we did a good job praising him, though.
Yeah,
it ended up being suck Brandon Walker's dick fest.
Now, if it is a Titus thing, that's a different story because Brandon Walker does have all his boxes checked. And Titus, while is a part of those shows and he's doing the dozen and stuff, is still just a newer guy here who I don't think has, the resume that Brandon did. So that's kind of that's where it's a little more like nobody should skip these things, but you definitely shouldn't if you're not,
If you're not Brandon Walker.
Brandon fucking Walker. There's only one. There's only one Brandon fucking Walker. So we'll see if there's any more fallout from that. If Dave we'll see how hot he's really running over that one. We got to get our girl Jackie out here because Jackie's kind of part of both of these things. Nick, can you coerce her on?
She's on her way out.
Okay, because I have a feeling she's probably like, I don't want to do this, but she's part of the spelling bee and part of the Secret Santa, so we got to have her on. Also, somebody see if Dana B's around too, because I want to talk to him about basketball before it starts. There's our girl.
The queen.
The fucking champ is here. The champ is in the building. What a week it is for your girl Jay Nix.
Thanks. The woman of the hour, some were saying.
The week. Forget the hour. The week.
I'm fucking kidding.
What are you more happy about, the spelling bee or the Secret Santa video coming out so good?
I mean, the spelling bee is like I can't get over it, but I can't really like.
$5,000
That's
cash.
so
I know what
sad.
my answer would be.
But also like, taxes are such bullshit.
I know.
I'm
What'd
saying, dude.
Welcome to buying the news.
What'd you get? Like $2,500?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not complaining at all.
No,
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah, that is probably the easiest $5,000, aka $2,500 ever
And
earned.
shout out to you because
But-
you were the one that was like, "Are we doing this for
That's
money?"
right. Well, I also was the one who put you in it at the last minute.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So you know what? Just
I was gonna say.
Did you put me in it because you thought I was gonna be dumb?
no.
Subscribe to My Mom's Basement. We gotta get to 50,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
That's right.
We're in a race to 50,000 subscribers for My Mom's Basement. So
Everybody right now, you're on YouTube watching. Pull up another tab, go to My Mom's Basement, and just click subscribe. We got to get Bobo to the big 50K. It's a big landmark. You want to talk about a guy who has done everything on his own from day one, never missed an event, never been on the wrong side of anything, always hustling, always scamming, always scheming. Wrestling guy, he knows how to grind. We're trying to put him over the top. Go to subscribe to My Mom's Basement. Also Clem too. I mean, if there's two guys at Barstool who deserve a little bit of your work, aka just clicking a button, it's Clem and Robbie. So go to My Mom's Basement on YouTube right now and subscribe. I put you in it just because I think you're electric on camera in usually an unintentional funny way, but a funny way nonetheless. I had no reason to think you were going to be dumb at spelling. There's no rhyme or reason to be smart or dumb at spelling.
I didn't win because I could spell. Like I won because I mean, like it wasn't cheating, but I was looking at the faces.
It was a little peculiar how it was not called out a couple times. First of all, let me explain exactly what did happen, because last second I was talking to Jake Bass. He was like, is Jackie around? We should put her in. We get her in at the last second. We start the spelling bee. Big Ev goes first. It's Michigan.
That was so
Obviously,
good.
it was you don't realize it now, but it was the day after, I think.
Yeah.
Michigan, Ohio State. Big Ev goes first. Your word, Ev, is Michigan. And he kind of huffs and puffs. And I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, don't do it, dude. Like, fuck that. I'm not going to get, you know what I mean? And so I think he gets the idea, like, fuck it. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I'm going to walk off. So he eats it, and he's eliminated.
At that moment, did you start running through your head? I was like, fuck, what is my word going to be?
No,
I was
think you
thinking
thought it was going to be
yeah.
something for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What do you think your word was going to be?
I didn't know, Kevin.
Yeah. There's a million ways it could go. And none of them are good. Pat gets up there. Diabetes.
F-A-G.
But as Big Ev walks off, Grinnell turns and goes, "What's the prize for this?" And that's when I was like, "Yeah, wait a minute. Like, what do we get for this?" And Dave out of nowhere is like mad that there wasn't a prize for it. And he's like, there has to be a prize. And I'm thinking, all right, I don't know, it's gonna be like something, you know, one of our infamous like merch gift cards or whatever. And he goes, $5,000 cash. He keeps saying cash, by the way. It's not, it's taxes. All these things are taxed. It's not cash. But $5K, all of a sudden it becomes a very different scenario for everyone else. And for the poor bastard who just walked off to make a statement. Listen, I'll stick it to Michigan fans if I'm an Ohio State fan for free. $5,000 on the line. MICHIGAN. Like, I'll swallow my pride real quick for $5K. But, so that was a little bit like wonky. Then one of Jackie's like first or second words, it was a weird contest where people were like rooting for each other. It's like me and John wanted Jackie to get through the next round, and she said something like PH instead of F or whatever it was. And me and John went like, oh!
You played it so
wait,
well.
I meant F. And then on top of all that, there was Roan and Jeff, right? Every time you would just look at their face.
Like Roan's face was really easy to read. He'd be like, every time I did. And then as soon as
in the middle of your word, if you said, not like when you finished your word, as you were spelling your word, if you said a letter that was wrong, Roan would go. Yeah. And you just know to change it, like E.
Are we sparking controversy right now on the show?
I don't think it was. I don't want to say I wasn't rooting for Jackie, like I'm not rooting for the Patriots to lose. But once they lose, I'm like, okay, that's what I wanted to win.
Yeah.
And then like once you lose, it's like, okay, well it's easier to lose. So I was doing that. I was doing my thing with everybody. Where
you're like reacting.
I was almost trying to be like, I can spell all these.
Yeah.
Like everyone was going.
The spelling bee is very similar to the dozen, where it's like, you either know the question or you don't. You either know how to spell the word or you don't. And the people who do might be smarter than the people who don't. You know, it's not really indicative of anything. But when you do know, you're like. You didn't know which quarterback from the SEC threw for 200 yards that one day? Like, I did. And the same thing with spelling, where it's like, I spelled way harder words than what I got out on. You know what I mean? It's just like some words are, a problem for you and some words are not. Were you a good speller? Like, did you? No.
It literally just like when they were like, because I didn't lock in my word by saying it at the end, and I was like, you should not have told me that, because like I know I'm about to abuse that, and I did. Like I would wait again like until the end of the word. There was like one where I spelled confidently, but also like, okay, I'm like taking it away, but like I could spell fine. I'm also really good at the game connections, and I think I think I might be like a smart person, and like people are kind of being like, oh, like she's like doesn't want you to know that she's smart. Like, I'm not trying to, I'm figuring it out with you guys. I didn't
on this journey together.
I didn't fucking
Do you
realize.
think that maybe, you're like one of those kids where the parents are like, they just don't challenge her enough? Like, you just haven't been, you've been smart this whole time, you just haven't known it and haven't.
You haven't applied yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, maybe just like all the school, however many years of schooling was like, not enough for me to realize.
Well, you dropped out. You dropped out in the 7th grade.
Exactly. So.
I mean, also you realize that like a lot of shit you learn in school is not really like useful or whatever, I know,
but
I mean, how many you guys were the final two?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you went a couple rounds back and forth?
No, no. Actually, I think Keegs was still in it the last time. I think he was the final.
Oh, you guys went a couple rounds failing, right?
Yeah, everyone was failing, and then Robbie got one wrong, and then the three of us got it right. So I think it knocked down the final three.
I felt bad. Like one of my words was hierarchy, and I was like, that was significantly less.
There was no rhyme or reason to like the rounds.
Like a lot of the comments were like, Jackie cheated, Jackie got an easy word, and it's like, I agree.
What was your final word?
But like you guys could have cheated too. It was albumin.
What was it?
It wasn't cheating.
Wait, people noticed
Albumin.
you cheating reading the faces?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I was sitting next to you.
I don't know how.
I also don't think that's like fucking sign stealing. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
That's not cheating.
You guys could have done it.
She was the one, like, she looked at
smart
their
for doing
faces. They showed their hand. They tipped their hand every time. She just repeated the word within the rules. Done.
Done.
Also, they weren't given like Francis faces. I'm sure they were stone cold when Francis was up there. So there is a little bit. There is a little bit of like leeway.
I don't think so, man. If you go back and watch, wait, you spelled sesquipedalian right?
No, I didn't spell that one right.
What the fuck word is that?
I think I actually got every single letter wrong except for E.
Every single letter wrong.
Yeah.
But I got out and then went to do radio, and then Feitelberg joined me like when he was finished, and he walked in and he was like, Jackie won. And I was like, oh. I almost slipped up like right away. I was saying someone else's name, and I said your name because it was like, I was so pumped. I was like thinking about Jackie just rolling into that thing like last minute, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm in this thing, bitch."
No, I really think we're gonna start making this like part of my personality.
Being smart.
That I won that.
The whole thing.
A messy bun?
Is it too messy?
Maybe what's gonna be like your like smart girl aesthetic? Like, what do you mean? You're gonna like start to dress a certain way, act a certain way?
You're gonna make
one
a spelling
the
bee?
fact that I won the spelling bee a thing, but I also might make like being smart my thing too.
Oh, okay.
You had a great December.
No, I had a great December.
You're flush right now.
What else?
I mean,
I actually there's.
she got her producer bonus. I'm sure it was nice.
Oh yeah.
She was on the road with us. She made some questionable life decisions off the field, but whatever, you know.
You win some, you lose some. You can't fucking win them all. 2024 all.
And then the Secret Santa video, which, I mean, I said it, and I'm happy to see that like the fan reaction was the same thing of people being like, this was just like nice, good, wholesome content. Although the trailer apparently is just making fun of Jack Mack and his pocket pussy.
So
Was it? I should have got Jack Mack a pocket pussy because he doesn't fuck.
Yeah. It was a very funny trailer for what ended up being. And when that video started, so Jackie worked on that video for a while. I don't know how long you worked on it, but the idea was in play for a while. And when it started, we all got over here, and I was quietly like, this is going to be a disaster. Not for anything you did, but it's like people.
A lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of
people
wrangling of people. Yeah.
It seemed people were like a little almost like, not everybody, but there were some people like, are we doing this?
I thought that everybody was going to have done like last minute gifts and stuff, and it was decidedly not that. Everybody got really nice gifts.
like actually, and everyone
Except
made it.
for-
Like, you guys kind of were like, oh, like you guys were like checking in on me and being like, or like people being like helpful, or people like, you know, you like, I didn't know if you guys were going to try and step in. Oh my God, hi.
I don't know why these mics disappear too.
Yeah.
Here, give that one to Jackie. I did not get a very good gift, and I feel bad about it.
You did not what?
I didn't get a very good gift. I had Glenny Balls, and I got him a subscription to Skybree on OnlyFans, and he already had
you know,
subscription.
you were in the right ballpark, but you got to know that Glenny Balls had Skybree like a year ago.
Well, he
Skybree's
told
like,
me,
I
I asked him, I was like, do you subscribe to any of these women that you have as guests on your podcast? And he said, no.
Well, then
I
that's
don't
not-
subscribe
then-
to any of them.
Then I think you're in the clear.
And then so I was like, well, he told me that Skybree was his princess or his queen or something like that. And so
Skybree is ridiculous.
she's like the number one.
It's
right?
insane. It's insane.
And so I got him
Okay.
her, and he was like, well, of course I'm subscribed to her. She's my.
I think that you're in the clear on that one. You kind of even did a little due diligence.
I tried. I only spent $6.
$6 for her OnlyFans? That's
Bro, wait, I got one to Pat. Yours is $60.
Well, you bought the bundle.
Now, she will not read this fine print.
No, she will.
For largest Christmas present I gave.
You got refunded for that because Large kept.
I actually bought it, yeah.
Well, the point is that I would have felt bad for having so underperformed on the Secret Santa, Jackie's wonderful organized thing, until I rewatched the spelling bee and saw that she was communicating with her eyes.
Yeah, but you could have done that too, bitch.
The answer is I believed in the integrity of the operation.
She wasn't communicating with her eyes. They were communicating with their eyes.
You also just don't know
They
how
were
to
just
utilize your
broadcasting
resources.
It was like in Billy Madison's when they're like couch and he's like COUR. Are you going to? No, I'm not, Mr. Madison. Please continue with your word.
But it's not like she had like a setup with Roan and Jeff, like, hey, make a face when I'm spelling the word wrong. They were doing that. They were doing that to a lot of people.
I just say
I
I was there. I was sitting there. I didn't notice you doing it that much. Was it egregious in the?
Yeah, no, I was doing it a lot.
But I'm glad you won.
But they were. I mean, if you go, I don't know how it's edited, but Roan would do things. Roan would go like very demonstrative.
I don't know if you heard, but being smart is gonna be part of my personality. So there's two smart people.
Whoa!
Listen.
Watch out.
You're so full of shit for trying to make people think you're dumb.
No, that's the
Well,
thing.
she was
You're
just saying.
smart.
Don't let him reverse it on you.
So
Yeah.
I
Also,
guess
let's not get it
congrats.
twisted, like I've
but
had a few
also-
lucky moments.
No, those
And also, let's not get it twisted.
human? I
You've had some
never
dumb
heard that
moments too.
fucking word.
You know what she is, and I say this all the time. She is the female Feitelberg, and Feitelberg is the male Jackie. They are very, very similar in that, like, they wouldn't be here and they wouldn't be like a part of all this if they were dumb. But then they sometimes have some moments where you're like, wow.
Like sometimes I forget to hit record, like one button.
And like sometimes like 7 times.
Yeah.
Like many, many times.
Yeah.
Many, many, many times.
Being dumb is armor in a lot of ways. I was thinking about this, right?
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah, I
I
know what you
had done what Mincy has done,
Oh yeah.
I would have been fired.
Totally.
Because I'm not
You have the
stupid enough
expectation, yeah.
to get away with it.
Right. And also what happens is Dave goes, Mincy's so stupid, it's the producer's fault. Whereas it's like,
Right.
you know better.
We need to.
It really is that you know better. It's like when the parents are like,
Right.
you know, you know better. Your brother's dumb, but you know better. It's like, fuck that.
Right. Cool. That's
Also, what does it feel like to like just have all of Harvard's image tainted now?
Well, it's funny. I mean, I think like people are excited about
Let me pull a chair out for
the
you.
fall. Everyone's
Like I was legitimately thinking if I was a accepted student this fall or whatever, you know, I would not be pumped to like tell people.
I bet people second guess.
okay,
Going
that's
there.
fine. But anyone who says that like my kid got into Harvard and they're not going to go, good, go for it.
Yeah,
you don't
that's.
think- what the
I think
fuck
anyone
are you
who thinks.
talking
But you don't. I mean, I don't. Listen, if I got into Harvard and everywhere else,
Sure. Then
you
it's
know,
a conversation.
Like you got to think that
kids who got in like early action.
Yale is probably like fucking yes right now, right? Like
Yeah, without
even the
a doubt.
Ivies that didn't shoot themselves in the foot is like.
But I can also tell you that there's like probably 20,000 applicants from Asia right now
Yeah, they
who
don't give a
don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And they're like, oh, all those
All the spots are now
Americans
open.
are now not going to Harvard? Great.
Yeah.
More for us.
I mean, does anyone like? I kind of thought it was just like a joke. Like, are people like like that's an incredibly short-sighted thinking. Where you're like, because
I thought about that. I was like, I would
Yeah.
imagine some people would be like, no.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
if
I
you get into a
definitely
bunch
think
of
that
places-
impacts for sure.
if you're Jewish, if you're Israeli, it makes sense. I understand why you would say fuck this school. But I also think that like if you think that this is the demise of Harvard, MIT, and Penn,
No.
that's
It's not that, but I
Harvard's
definitely think right
short-sighted.
now it's not like I wouldn't be broadcasting at parties and talking to people
No.
and expect them to be like, oh wow, congrats on Harvard.
It
They'd be
has
like,
been-
yikes.
But like
Harvard.
there's like, I think that's great. I really thought it was just like an internet joke. Like, if you apply to Harvard, you're applying for the prestige. Like that's not going anywhere because
think
a
right now
million
it is,
schools
though.
have had a bad president and a bad whatever. You're like, and you go, yeah, I went to Harvard. That president's a fucking idiot.
I think right
That's it.
now, if you say I
You
got
still
into
went to Harvard.
Harvard,
schools
Yeah,
have
right now the
also-
conversation, and I think for the like, you know, short-term future, will not be good for Harvard. So if you're talking about it, it's not going to be like, oh, congrats, Harvard's so great. It's going to be like, yikes, Harvard.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to like obviously the Sandusky scandal at Penn State. I
Right.
think back to the Duke lacrosse scandal. Like
Yeah.
those schools,
fine.
I don't think their applications and admissions are suffering now
No.
to this day.
I don't even think applications will suffer. I just think in the moment, like if you brought up Duke, it was like, oh, a bunch of rapists and
Yeah, but I think that from that Duke probably in that year and then the next year probably did have a major reduction in the number of applicants.
Yeah, so you think those things were worse than this? Yeah.
It's not at all.
Guess, yeah.
I mean, they are
my guess would
objectively
be that
worse.
those
Well,
were
the Duke
worse
thing is crazy
scandals.
because it was.
but when you say
fake,
Penn State
but-
now, what's the first thing you think of? I think a lot of people, the first thing they still think of is Sandusky when you hear Penn State.
But I bet you
it's like how long went Harvard?
It's
are you gonna still
dwindling.
think
But
of
I
that?
don't think
Yeah.
that people are like not young people,
Right.
18-year-old seniors in high school are still not applying to Penn State because of Jerry Sandusky.
That's probably over. But there probably was
yeah,
a period of time.
absolutely.
But that's also because like it's not the juice isn't worth the squeeze necessarily. Penn State's a fine school and all that, but it's like
Right.
Harvard's a little different where it's like I still want my Harvard degree, so
yeah.
I'm still going around.
I mean, I
applying.
Still wanting to be from
articles-
America when you might not like the president. You go, yeah, I'm American. The president's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
yeah, like I see.
But that's another good example. Like it's you know if you were overseas talking about America, people are like you know laughing at you rather than being like oh
Yeah.
America's the best.
But
Right.
you just laugh. I just laugh with them.
People
that's crazy.
are asking me about this.
Yeah.
They're like, "What do you have to say for yourself?" I'm
See,
like,
that's I didn't realize that was
graduated like what 12 years ago.
Bro, also, even if you're graduating right fucking now, it's like, I don't speak for the fucking school.
Exactly. Like
I would have answered it
idiot.
differently.
I wouldn't have been with those kids.
Right.
Fucking protesting. I was funneling beers.
I'm a poor example of
What
this.
do you want me to say? Like I was a fucking moron there.
I'm a bad example of this for college questions, but like, I didn't know who the president of my schools were. Did you guys know who the president?
I had no idea.
I knew. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know when you
Yeah,
were
we
Harvard?
did. I mean, she spoke at our, first day. or
I think
whatever.
a school like yours is crazy.
But like I was obviously not a good.
See you later, Jack.
Wait, we're not done yet. This kind of got derailed. For a second.
Yeah.
No, this is. I
The
think
last
this is
thing I'll
interesting.
say is that the right before I got there, they had a different president who they let go, they fired, because he had come out and said something about how women in STEM, right? So the math and engineering, don't succeed as well, and he had some kind of like scientific point about it, and it came off as very sexist. This is the guy from.
No, it's the science.
So it's
the social
a
network.
habitual problem. So you're
Yeah, and
telling me it's more than just one
They
time.
let him go, and I feel like colleges do fire presidents pretty quickly. So
it's not worth it because
yeah,
it's like
I'm
we have
almost
500 years
I'm
of
surprised
prestige.
that they are standing behind that because Penn they ousted her, and then that Harvard and MIT would not have followed.
It's got to be. It's got to be money or something. There's got to be. Got to be a very.
I thought they
big
were
reason why.
for sure gone.
Yeah.
I guess I just wonder, like, with Penn State, like the stink of that scandal. Like, how long is the stink of this scandal gonna stay attached to Harvard? Do you know what I mean? I could have a number of days.
I just
months.
don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
But I also think it's like the attached to will just be like, I'll bust your balls about it. I'll be like, yeah, Harvard's a bunch of fucking anti-Semites, like whatever. But they're still gonna be, top of the school rankings and jobs and all that sort of shit.
This is not all the same thing, like for multiple reasons, but USC obviously went through scandal after scandal, and like after the Olivia Jade whatever one, like everyone thought it was gonna ruin admissions, and it didn't. Like
that one was crazy.
Maybe it went like.
Those people going to jail for that was nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
But it was fraud. There was some fraud.
Yeah, I think there was more than
Fundamental
just the
fraud,
admission
right?
stuff.
It was like
yeah.
handing people bags of money, like that Yale soccer. coach.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
But the people who were just, that's one thing.
Yeah.
People who were like, she took away a spot on the crew
shut
team
up.
from another girl. I'm like, you give a fuck about some bitch who rose crew? Like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
And just the real stunning part is, the reputation is ruined because you lost in a spelling contest with Jackie. And
Well,
what do you even get from a Harvard degree?
It's a good question, and I do think Jackie was a worthy winner. And I also think that all of you guys who were there at the end were people that I would have predicted to be at the end. Like, you don't fucking misspell stuff in your blogs, nor does
Feitelberg's a writer.
Yeah, nor does
And
nor does
Kelly is
Ellie.
like
And Jackie, I just haven't read your work, so like I wouldn't have known that you were such an adept speller.
You've got a couple blogs, right? You've written a few.
So.
You've two.
I might do one to promote the Secret Santa.
Hell yeah.
Jackie has 2 blogs, but I think they're both like bangers, right?
No. I mean,
Yeah, I think they were like big things, weren't they? I can't remember them now, but
one was like about like findoms, obviously.
yeah, that was a big one.
That's.
You blog about doing your own sex work. It's gonna get some.
But that was it was well done. It was a well-written blog. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am notorious for spelling zeros for O's in my blogs. I have I don't know what my fingers do when I write words that have not always, but like frequently, a 0 for an O. And what's even crazier is that Dave does it too. 2 like completely different people. I don't know if it's.
Dave
I don't
puts
know.
2 spaces at the end of a
it's
sentence,
insane.
and I don't.
It's not even 2. No, dude.
What
It's
is
like
that?
it's like a tab, dude.
Why is that?
He must.
Typewriter, you had to hit 2.
Really?
That's where the habit came
Dude,
from.
his is even more than 2. It's like when you hit tab and the whole thing jumps. Like there's he must like lay his thumb on the space bar while he's like thinking of the next word or something. It's everything. It's emails. It's texts. It's what do we got?
Rico?
Yeah.
he goes to end the sentence, space, period, like he puts spaces before the punctuation ends. Question marks. And I thought it was a bit. I don't think it is. And I don't know who taught it to him, but they should be in jail. But it's fucking crazy. And like I've just ignored it. This like there's no getting through to him. It's just insane.
Your punctuation, you put a space before the punctuation and after?
It's insane.
What are you, retarded? That's insane. We were just talking about how Dave puts too many spaces after his words, and then Hubs comes over and says, you put a space before the period? That is healthy debate. Should you put a space before the period? Healthy debate.
It's hard to describe. I need to like.
I mean, it's not.
I think
you put a space and then press period and then a space?
I don't even know exactly what. I still kind of don't know what their issue is. I've asked a few.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find an example. I'll show you.
Then another time, I just did.
got one up on.
All right.
What is that, Rico?
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't get what your problem is? There's a space before and after.
Dude, this is like a
typing.
It's like a paper at school that you wrote at 4 in the morning for a 6 a.m. deadline.
Look at between Miami and Ann looks like there's an ocean.
But each word has their own space. Nobody's getting crowded.
No. This is like if you put a space between every letter.
We've had this conversation like 6 times.
Then another time I did it with just no space. But then I didn't understand what they were saying. So then I sent one in where the
fact that he doesn't get it is crazy.
I like my words to breathe. I like my words to breathe.
I get that.
That would be like putting a space between every letter of a word.
It reads
Then I did one with
easy.
no spaces. So like pull that back up.
He tried to overcorrect. It was insane.
That's a.
You're right.
No, it's not a
no
bit.
spaces.
I didn't.
Any words or anything.
They had to walk me through it.
We're not doing any spaces today.
So then you just had like question mark, next letter.
But the way they laid it out, they were like, you have too many spaces. You can't do spaces. So I was trying to figure out, do they mean it after the comma? Technically, when you end the sentence, I'm allowed to put a space before the next word, correct?
Yes, after a sentence,
One
start a
sen-
new
one
sentence,
s- one
not to get
space.
to the punctuation.
I was taught in school to do 2 spaces after.
That was a thing for a while. So
Yeah,
that's
to
like,
let the
I can
words
understand
breathe,
that. That was a typewriter
Oh, let the words
thing.
breathe.
I remember you.
And Jackie does it because Jackie could spell. Everybody listens.
No, that was definitely a thing. Like when we were.
Read before the sentence ends. You can't do
Yeah, you're.
Sometimes I gotta breathe.
Your words are ending like.
Yeah. What happened to the allure of that we had spelling errors and
That's
like?
fine, but like when people like have strokes when they read the blogs, we can't have that.
I would say top 15. I don't see a lot of strokes.
Top 15, by the way. It's like 20.
What do you mean?
I gave up on
15 for the year.
apostrophes a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't do apostrophes.
How many blogs you writing? What do you have a show? You have a show that carries this place? What are you hanging your hat on?
I don't even have
KFC
a contract,
Radio?
Rico, so I don't know. This might be my last episode ever.
All right, fair enough. Sorry to bring up bad terms. I was like last year with Mince. I'm losing my mind. I'm just walking down the hall like no one wants to talk to me, and I'm like this, like, and Mince, hey brother, you here? 3-year deal. I'm like, thanks a lot, dickhead. So as much as I was a scumbag, I had people poking my buttons too. Like,
That's so. That is so funny. Of course.
Oh,
of course,
legitimately.
Mincy was just like, let me tell the world about it.
Like it was wild.
Mincy's timing's so good. He tried to drop a 4-part series of being hired back the day that Dave did the 110-person layoffs. He goes, "What's wrong with my blog?"
A 4-part series on getting your job back that you probably deserve to lose.
Yeah, I'm working on it, Hubs. You can't say I'm not working on it.
Wait, while you're here, I can't remember. I think you either gave or received. I think received one of the most thoughtful gifts from Bob Fox.
I also
right?
gave.
No, gave.
What'd you give?
I give Frank the Never Give Up.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you guys are both great.
And the
Bob Fox
25th
gave
anniversary
you
Dolphins.
The
He gave the picture. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Brano's picture.
Unbelievable.
And you gave almost like a limited edition Dolphins undefeated season thing.
Yeah, I had a fucking stroke dealing with eBay with that. I was in Florida for weeks and then just reappeared in sorting facility in Brooklyn. I was like, thank God.
So like
I was
that
texting
means,
Jackie.
pretty much like
Jackie,
these people
of course,
when
knew enough to like not respond. I'm just going, these motherfuckers UPS, and she's just like, I don't like it that much.
It was just a lot of people.
That
A
means
lot of
people like as soon as you told them though, like went and did it right away because a lot of people had to ship for like 10 business days.
But like the day that you had texted, a bunch of other people were like,
I know, it's
shipped
brutal,
it, like it didn't come or whatever. So I forgot to get back.
But no, it was an awesome. I think that was a very good thing.
Also,
I sent you some ideas at 3 in the morning last night.
What?
I sent when you sent the email to everybody like the pump up. I sent.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't think they're good ideas, but we'll.
No, I was happy.
I'm in on the. Yeah.
I was happy somebody replied.
Yeah,
so
I'm in on
thank
the.
you.
I'm in on it. I'm in on the group efforts, obviously.
I'm thinking about just being like the holiday department at Barstool, and I'll just do all holiday.
All the holidays?
All the holidays.
Like holiday season, or you mean all the
lot of holidays?
No, I know. But then I'm like also like.
Flag Day.
I'll give you this one. I'll
Like
give you
St.
this one
Patrick's
for
Day
free.
next?
We should bring back an episode of Singled Out. One content boy, one content girl, and just people out in New York. You want to be in, you're in. And
like strangers are the people though?
Yeah, straight up.
That gets a little dicey because
Yeah,
everybody's got to sign off on it, and it gets a little
somebody
weird.
killed, yeah.
But
Singled Out.
Don't get me wrong, that shit would play, no doubt. But you got to get like 100.
It's over your head.
Singled Out was
MTV
this
show in the
MTV show
90s.
was great. You had a guy and a girl face the opposite way so you can't see anybody, and you would ask questions like, "Do you like the beach or the pool?" And if you answered wrong,
dating?
you're out.
Yeah.
And then
And then
everyone
at
who
the
answered
end,
right
they
steps
would have
forward.
5 people at the final, and they would move down the steps, and they would go on a date. It was just a great TV show.
Sarah Jean Underwood, right?
No, Carmen Electra.
No, what? I think they,
Underwood.
yeah, there was a couple of them.
Or maybe Barstool.
No,
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. I think Carmen. I think there was like multiple.
But I think
Jenny
Sarah
McCarthy.
Jean
though.
Underwood
Whoever that guy was
Barstool
elite
singled out.
too.
Dave did a Barstool.
Oh, he did do it?
singled out.
Oh, like live at the bar?
Long
Oh,
ago.
really? Yeah.
Sarah Jean Underwood had a moment. I'm sure
Yeah.
she's making like a boatload on OnlyFans and nobody knows it, but she had a moment on the internet for sure.
I had a whole dating show Barstool idea that. What was it? I talked to you about it. It was something to do with barcodes. It was really good.
Barcodes?
Yeah, I just don't think that we utilize barcodes enough.
Like
I mean,
QR
it was
codes?
like-
you mean?
What do you mean?
What?
QR codes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like
it was
Barstool
something-
barcodes.
It was something like, if I remember, I think it was like a party, right? You were like,
I remember it made no sense.
Okay.
well, most of Jackie's ideas don't make sense until they make sense, like the popcorn funnel.
Oh my God, that was one of my.
What's the
favorites.
popcorn funnel?
It's a
I'm glad that you asked, Rico. You take, you know how popcorn, when you eat it with your hands,
Yes.
a mess.
Disgusting.
Crazy. Hands aren't meant to have popcorn.
Right.
They fall through your fingers. Ridiculous. But you get.
It falls through your fingers.
Just close your hands.
No, it falls. Come on.
But you can't always-
Yeah, I get.
100%.
Look how awkward this is.
Yeah.
Close your hands. You can't do that.
You're too busy drinking whiskey and smoking cigars in your fucking vintage sweaters. You're not eating popcorn with the comedy.
This is a Taylor Swift sweater that my sister made for me. It's not vintage.
She made it?
Yes.
Yeah, it falls through your hands. It falls through your hands.
I think she had help, but yes.
Oh, wow.
So you get a funnel.
Yeah.
Okay. One end's a funnel? No. One end's a scoop.
It's almost like what they fill up the bags with.
But then the other end's just a funnel.
For your mouth.
For your mouth. Go straight.
I don't know one at a time, guy.
if I understand.
What I want is popcorn gloves.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I think
I've said this so many times, so if you
I
haven't.
think that's the most like astute way you've said it.
She's not very good at explaining.
Because I get it now. and I'm in.
Jackie, what about the one at a time guys like me? What about popcorn gloves?
That's
That's
a lady?
popcorn glove. I
What are you, a
love.
lady? Eating one at a time? You're my tongue.
Pull them all the way
This is
up.
for the
One
men.
more, please.
Give me the popcorn.
It's honestly, it already kind of exists at the movie theater when they scoop it
Yeah.
and put it in the bag, except the bag is your mouth.
So are you inventing a scoop?
It's a spoon with a mouth hole.
Yeah.
It's a funnel. I mean,
It's a popcorn
but like a
That's what I'm
funnel.
describing. It's a popcorn funnel.
Yeah. Like funnels get really skinny.
could be
This
in
would
on
be
that.
more like a popcorn-sized tube, if you will.
Popcorn dam.
I
It's a
still
popcorn delivery.
The other thing is, one of those popcorns goes down too fast. You're dying in there.
You might need some insurance, like
Gotta be
life.
Sort of
careful
speed
with that.
control.
No, they.
But that's like it's like a
Popcorn's a very
straw is the
chokeable
same
item.
thing.
What?
A straw is the same thing. Like it shoots it to the back of your.
I
Just
guess.
I don't know. Don't
do that.
Don't do
let
that.
it
Popcorn's a
happen.
very chokeable item.
But that's not on the funnel.
you know when you go one at a time.
You really one at a time?
I mean,
No, of
for the
course
most
not.
case, yeah. Like,
That's crazy.
That is.
all right.
Every time I eat, I punch myself in the face.
Yeah. Falling. Now imagine if you did that.
Why I do one at a time? Fucking grease on the hands. I try to just at least limit. Now you only have 2 greasy fingers.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. No.
Maybe
One of the
what-
dirtiest
maybe
things I
just
ever
like
did was.
What you really need maybe is like a spoon with like a claw. You know, you could like spoon it and clip it kind of, and then.
That's just a spoon.
No, like, you need a spoon with like something on top that kind of
Salad
like.
tongs?
Yeah.
Then how do you get it off the spoon?
It has to be like you push it down and it clamps. You get the popcorn, you open it up, and it releases.
Also-
and you spoon it.
Whatever. Not going to get into politics, but every corner, we're doing COVID testing still, like 6 years later. They got
Are we
things
really?
out
What
there.
the fuck?
I'm just saying, no. Why are we not
Here we
investing
go.
in medical? Like, I could take a pill and it gets the popcorn out of my teeth. Immediately.
You're
You ever
right.
have one for 3 days?
Yeah, no,
you better off
You
dead.
landed the plane. Yeah,
Listen,
I,
you're better
I
off
was
dead.
like, "Where's he going?"
You know what
He
I
makes
thought
a lot of
often
sense
do?
Give me
now.
a pill, get that.
I don't think it's
Also,
a
give me
pill.
a pill, get rid of the hiccups.
I think it's that one is.
My
for
buddy
real.
Timmy Warona, I shouldn't. Timmy Warona, 4 days he had the hiccups.
I killed
Went out on a Friday night. We came back Saturday. He's like, I gotta go. I still got him.
Dude, if I had over 24 hours hiccups, boom, brains out. I couldn't do it. If I have it for like 10 minutes, I'm down for the count. I've thought about they need to invent something like
I have AIDS and hiccups. I hate hiccups.
like a hardcore electric toothbrush that like the sonic like and it
worst.
knocks out the fucking kernel.
Yeah, just give me.
put it in your mouth
put
and it
it on the
vibrates.
list. Get that. Give me a pill. Get the popcorn shit out. No hiccups.
Have you tried floss?
Not but you don't know which tooth. Like.
So you got to do like
It is.
2 teeth.
Your 2 teeth, yeah.
Okay, Jack. But if I just try to describe where it is. Yeah, floss.
What do you think about those? Have you seen these toothbrushes that are like mouth guards, and you just bite down
That's
on it,
ingenious.
and it goes?
I wouldn't hate that. I would do that.
They kind of. I was thinking the other day. It's kind of ridiculous how toothbrushes have not really advanced. Like they're the same fucking thing like a billion years ago.
Because
But this
it
company
is
is selling this
grueling.
thing, or you just bite down on it,
Grueling?
and it.
The word you just described?
I don't know if you know, but I know a lot of words. I know how to spell.
I don't know. I don't know if describing your toothbrushing situation as grueling shows a real understanding of the word grueling.
Well, she went like grueling. I wasn't gonna point it out.
Both of you. Huh?
Who put that sign?
We did.
Nice.
Yeah. Sick of it. Come on the show and everyone's just fucking scrolling.
I also think, real quick, it's ridiculous. You guys have brought this up, like showering, that there's not like a blow dryer effect after.
Yeah, like.
Oh, that would be like a car wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that we towel dry.
Yep.
Yeah. If you.
It's crazy that we.
Showerhead is. Why on the other side is there not just a switch that then turns into
Literally the car wash, like you
Yeah,
just.
agreed. Yeah, I would do
Go
that
through it.
immediately.
Yeah.
It's like crazy that we just get out soaking
You ever-
wet.
right
Well, you know what Feitelberg does? He doesn't even towel dry.
I don't towel dry
He sits
either.
out and puts clothes on while he's wet.
Yeah.
I'm
The
moist.
sickest thing he does.
I'm moist.
That's sick.
I'm not like
Right now is the
anymore.
worst
I'll hang
shower-
out for a bit and dry off a little bit, and then
Your clothes enough for your clothes to stick to you.
my back sometimes.
Right now is the worst shower
my
period of the
undercarriage.
year. December, January,
Oh, the
February.
worst because it's
You
cold,
get out,
hot,
a
you're
little
sweating.
crack in the window.
Yeah,
Horrible.
as well.
Yeah, no, I hate that.
Obviously.
Horrible.
Well, undercarriages don't ever get dry. Undercarriages are just wet.
Oh no,
You gotta.
Yeah,
No.
earmuffs, Jack. Yeah, it's tough. Lady press, I'm on.
I don't think lady.
Listen, let's talk about
I
it.
don't think
Listen,
lady undercarriages
Lady's got a
get dry
fucking
either.
hole in there too.
I think it's
You
just
ever
like
seen her
I know.
underpants?
There's
No,
too
but
many
she's
crevices that you're just always a little
Yeah.
bit wet in your
But
underpants.
yeah, but she's it's,
Unless you hair dry.
it's like a reverse ass wipe. Like
Unless
you really
even
wanna,
yeah, the blow dryer is
And only old men at the gym do that.
yeah
Because they
smarter
get
than
it.
us.
Do you-
Yeah,
Do you powder in the summer?
I don't know. I had a powder phase when I was younger.
Yeah, I feel like it's a younger thing,
PF,
and then eventually
you
you're like, well, now it's just, I don't know.
You're like, I'm just gonna get wet
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm gonna have a bunch of like wet powder in it.
that stuff's.
Congealed.
Yeah,
It's like dough.
Yeah,
It does. It turns into like a dough.
it's crazy though. It's gross.
Crazy.
I had a guy in college in the dorm room. Like you would see, and I know you have an even funnier version of this. I think we would just see his footprints in like it would be like a ring of powder around him. He would just stand there with powder, and then you would just see 2 footprints, and then like little footprints walk away. And then don't you have one?
Dude, I have a big buddy who once. This is
This is
years
amazing.
ago.
This is one of the funniest things ever.
I had a big buddy. We had like a share house in Newport, and he came over and he was like, "Yo, do you have baby powder in your room?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I use it?" I said, "Of course." Went in the room. We're having a party in the house. I go to my room later, and I go in there, and it's just like powder all over my bed, but like in a cheek imprint, and like this.
No.
And I was like, I came out. I was like, "Yo, how do you put on baby powder?" And he was like, I just lean back and like squirt it. Like, how do you do it? And I was like, you put on baby powder like a baby? He's like, dude, I didn't think there's another way to do it.
Just right into the asshole, just shooting it out.
He fucking boofs baby powder.
Doesn't it become like a paste though if you're like still?
Yeah,
That's what- yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can only handle so much.
You could cook up a nice fucking
It's like
loaf of sourdough. if you do that.
Dude.
It's like Papagino's pizza dough.
Unleavened bread, actually.
Yeah, the cold shit, like coming out of the shower, that's bad. My dad told a story. I don't know how the fuck they did. When they used to play in the streets in the 70s, you know what they wore like all the time? dungarees. There were no snow pants. There were no fucking.
I can't believe you just called them dungarees.
Jeans? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
jeans.
I mean, that's what they call them, dungarees.
Yeah.
You just call jeans dungarees?
So like when they're playing in the summer.
Always.
Well, worse in the
Winter.
winter. I mean, in the summer they had shorts, but in the
Yeah.
winter, he
Like,
tells the
snow
story.
out there, you're
they're out there playing. It's fucking soaking wet.
Yeah.
You know when like you just wet. He is walking home and stops in a clothing store. And he's like, "Can I try on a pair of pants?" I'm like, yeah. They give him the pair of pants folded. He never even touched a pair of pants. Put them on the thing and just went to like.
Take his pants off.
I'm fucking dying. He tells the story and hands a woman back the pants. Like, it was, but like that cold wet when you're wet and you like the rain is worse to me. That's
fucking
what it's-
worst, man.
the
Speaking of, are you kind of a skinny jeans guy?
This is a new Rico look today.
No, I think I got so many sweatsuits that I usually don't break out the jeans, but yeah.
Yeah, you got a pair of dungarees on, got a pair of boots.
Crew neck is a little, you got like.
It's a cool guy shirt.
Yeah.
No.
You look nice.
I never thought I'd see Rico Bosco in Fear of God.
Yeah, I know. It was a gift from my wife. So.
What are we gonna
Cool
do?
guy Rico. It's a whole new.
Yeah.
People come over here and
This was for sure.
Watch.
This is not it's not flashy enough, but like when Tommy wore or Frankie wore his cool guy shirt and Dave shut it down.
Yeah.
Like don't let Dave know you're wearing Fear of God or whatever. He'll shut it down real quick.
Right.
You can't wear a cool shirt. You're not a cool shirt guy. You know?
No, I think he's pulling it off.
Yes, but I'm saying Dave would be
Yeah,
like.
but I think
that's
I mean
not
I've
your-
never
your
like,
role here is not to be a cool shirt.
But anytime it's dress up, I usually show up looking good.
Yeah.
20th anniversary suit pictures. I got a lot of blazers. Surviving as well. Yeah, I was happy about that blaze. I came back in the rotation.
The outfit in the daytime of Survivor was crazy. The black suit with the fucking. The black on black with the beanie and then the fur jacket.
Sorry, I'm trying not to get sick for the holidays.
He looked like
Warm
he was
jacket.
trying to be a cat burglar. Or
I almost
something.
wore the fur
Crazy.
coat today. Yeah, special occasion.
All right, let me do a couple calls.
All right.
And wait, no, I do want to talk about just KenJack real quick.
Okay.
But for the holidays, if you're looking for a last minute gift, get a solo stove, get it delivered to your house. This winter, you want to have a fire outside, fire pit, and you want it to not be all smoky. Get a solo stove. It's round, stainless steel. You put it in, all the smoke silos up into the air. It doesn't go in your eyes, in your hair, in your face, in your clothes. So you can, heat your hands and feet up over the fire. You can cook your marshmallows and your s'mores. You can have a fire pit outside there in the snow and not worry about getting all dusty and smoky. Snoop Dogg is their latest official smokesperson, where he's joining forces with them to put out the most popular fire pit in the world today. It is the Going Smokeless fire pit that comes with a bucket hat and a limited run of sneakers. So if Snoop has gone smokeless with them, you should too. Get the limited edition Bonfire fire pit by going to solostove.com. Like I said, you get the bucket hat, you get the stickers, and you can get all the fire you need with none of the smoke. So run, don't walk to solostove.com to pick up the limited edition fire pit and join Snoop in going smokeless for good. Funniest part of the Secret Santa was KenJack, and I guess he's not here, but it was so wholesome. At that point, Caroline and Gia had cried. Bob and Rico really got great gifts. There was a couple moments where people were really touched. People were like, wow, like, you really thought about me. And then KenJack got a gift certificate to the movies and a bag of, like, make movie popcorn at home, which I think is an
everyone loves movie
incredibly on-point gift for KenJack. Like, he's one of the movie guys. Get him something from the movies. You can go to the movies for free, and yeah, you love movie popcorn, and now you can have it at home.
And a $50 gift card, like.
Right.
It's like a good amount.
And we knew that Grace gave him the gift. You know, sometimes when you know who's giving you the gift, who has money, who doesn't, you know, whatever, you take that into account. And KenJack was just furious. We have a clip of it? Yeah, let's play the clip. It is so goddamn ridiculous.
KenJack. There's so much. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you? That's so much. AMC popcorn, classic butter, coated in this shit that's sticking to every part of me. It's the AMC popcorn. He got a $500 a fucking reservation to hog salt. Who's it from?
There's also a gift card in there.
Not did you bury it in this?
I got white mayo.
You know how much I love glitter. Everyone knows that.
Bro, you would have thought.
That actually didn't capture the tension.
I know. That's why, like, I was like
The glitter. He was so mad about the glitter. It wasn't even glitter. It was like confetti. It was just like, what is this? And then just being like, great popcorn, great. I mean, it was coming right off of somebody. It really, I wish it.
It's like a record scratch.
Yes, it was like.
It was right after you giving Joey like a vacation.
I gave Joey a trip to man camp, which this man camp is so obviously the most homosexual event in the world that they don't know it yet. I mean, it's either man camp. It's for apparently guys to like go hunting and like live in the wilderness. But if you read the description, it's like it's gonna be a long week, a hard week. We're gonna stretch you out.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait a minute. I think I bought it as a joke for Joey, being like, get it? And then I was like, wait a minute. It might actually be one of these things right here. I would love Joey to actually take me up on it though, and I'll get him like the platinum package and have him go film it. Joey in the woods with like a guy who's like right-wing like alpha male. Oh my god. I think I wish it came across.
Joey would be like the kid at school, like the bad kid at school who makes everyone start misbehaving, where he'd be like,
he'd turn everybody.
Yeah, everyone would be like, oh, he's doing it? All right, fine, we're all being gay.
She will suck some dick. But I couldn't get enough of like, I guess if you watched the whole thing or if you were there and you felt how it was like, wow, it's really working and Jackie's like doing it. And then KenJack just being like, you got a fucking reservation. What the fuck? Vibs got screwed the most. You got a fucking, like,
you got
whiskey
mayo.
And mayo.
Yeah.
You heard him. At least you got fucking.
At least you can fuck the mayo.
I got mayo.
At least you can fuck the mayo.
Mayo and vodka.
Yeah, that's
together.
I guess that's something that Smitty did in
pot.
college. You would microwave the vodka and the.
We got KenJack.
Okay, KenJack's on the line.
Gave him cash too. Smitty did.
KenJack, you there?
I got you.
Bro, it didn't quite like come out on camera the way it felt. So I probably overhyped this, unfortunately, for the audience, but it was just so funny in the moment when everyone else was so like nice and happy and you were just like, what the fuck is this? And poor Grace was behind you and was like, there's a gift card too, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that until the video.
And you were like, well, why did you like package it wrong? It was just so like what was going through your head in that moment? You were just really mad?
I don't think any of us understood the vibe of what we were going through with the Secret Santa. Like, oh, is this everyone going to be doing bits? Is everyone taking this seriously? And like, I love giving gifts, and I took it very seriously. And I like made a custom designed shirt for Gaz. Yeah. I bought him like an extra Celtics thing. I did all this shit.
Yeah, you did
and
go
then, like,
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I see everyone else like getting like really nice gifts and everything like that. I'm like, nice, nice, nice. And then like I see the box, and I see my name not spelled correctly on it. And I'm like, oh fucking boy, who did I get here? And I open it up, and I'm just digging in my hand in this thing, and it just comes out covered in this shit. I'm still picking off like I'm fucking 2 weeks later. Like, what's the fucking bit here? I'm like, oh, it's popcorn, real fucking funny. Like, yeah, it's great. And number one A1 bit, fucking Caroline just got a solid gold microphone.
She did.
And Dukes just got like an $800 reservation to a restaurant, and I got fucking bits. Like, this is incredible shit. And I think part of it was just like everyone's got like a totally different vibe of like how to handle this situation, like, and I think what we ended up with is awesome.
Yeah, that's why the video worked.
There were really no parameters where it's like whatever you think it should.
Yeah, you go
Some
nuts.
people got like
$6.
Yeah.
That was, dude, when the jar came out, I think we were like, we giving out drugs, and it was like, yeah, it's 4 60-milligram pills. So I was like, holy shit!
Everyone clapped, like round of applause.
And then wait, did Grace give you mushrooms or did Grace get mushrooms?
Got
She
mushrooms.
Got mushrooms.
I'm glad
And she tried to feed them to me. I was sitting right next to her. She's like, "You want mushrooms?" I was like, it's 4 p.m.
That's a good gift. Grace was happy with her mushrooms. The juxtaposition of the golden microphone was something. I didn't know. I guess Roan just kind of like Michael Scotted it with the fucking iPod.
Well, Roan's intentions were to flex.
Right.
It wasn't.
He wanted to leave the receipt in, but his wife said no.
Yeah, he wanted to leave the receipt, and his wife said, like, I'll divorce you if you do that. But when you watch someone get Caroline was shedding tears. She's a singer, and now she has a microphone made of gold. And I forgot about the name. The name really set him off. He was like, name spelled wrong on the card. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. There's probably people who don't even know my name. You know? That was it made for such a good moment. Oh, I loved it. She was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was even funnier
Right
watching the
behind
clip
you.
back, like the actual footage, because she's like, I don't think I've spoken a word to him. Grace has been on my show before. She's been on the bracket, which makes it even funnier.
I feel like this is some tension here. KenJack and Grace rivalry here. Yeah.
No rivalry. Actually, I used the card. The card's already spent. I used the whole thing. It's a legitimately.
So
great
it's a good
gift.
gift.
What'd you see?
It
with
was for someone you don't know, and like I don't believe in gift cards unless they're like a last resort. But like as far as like for someone you don't really know at all, which is true, we don't know each other at all. Like yeah, that's totally legit.
What'd you see?
I used it for The Boy and the Heron, and I used it for Godzilla -1, and both good seats in IMAX.
Wait, what's Godzilla -1?
The new Godzilla. I was just saying, I think I might go see that tonight. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen.
It's a Japanese Godzilla that's supposed to be like incredible.
Ah.
Best Godzilla movie I've ever seen. It's
How about I think Max came out with a Godzilla series.
Apple
TV with the Russells.
I feel like that I could fuck with that because like there's a lot into that story where it could be like episodic. It doesn't have to be
I plan on
regular,
watching that.
like that where it comes from and all that shit.
And it's got Kurt Russell playing a character, and then Wyatt Russell, his son, playing the younger version of himself, which is kind of cool.
Ah, that's dope. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we can close the book on Secret Santa. I'm very proud of you, Jackie. That was Jackie's idea. I mean, like not like she invented Secret Santa, but she was like, I want to do a Secret Santa at Barstool, and she took it, she ran with it, she organized it, filmed it, edited it, and put it out.
Shout out Nick Hamilton, Pabs, and Diego.
Well, yeah, everybody. But that was your project. That's what what we're trying to do here, and it's starting to work with the spelling bee, and then the Secret Santa. Tonight, Dana B has New York Barstool basketball coming out, and when people take the idea and make it their own and run with it and make sure that it's getting done. When all these things start to come out, they create an interview. We can have you on the show, and KenJack joins, and it creates content for the radio show, and everything just starts to like roll. So the more that we can do these type of videos, I think the better off the office will be. So good stuff.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And we will wrap up. I guess we got to let's take a couple quick calls, and then we got to do Jackie, and then we're out for the year. So
Kelly.
Kelly. Today's phone calls are brought to you by Pirate Water. So Pirate Water is the everyman drink. It's the stoolie drink. It's the common man drink. $2 a can, 10% alcohol by volume, 16 ounces a can. Comes in delicious flavors. You can find them at the corner store. You can find them at the Walmart. You can get them at Circle K, at the gas station. When you need to brown bag it for a pregame, when you're walking through the streets, you go to Pirate Water. When you're out at the apartment before you hit the bar, you want to get a little toasty so you don't have to spend too much at the bar, it's Pirate Water. You're at a tailgate, Pirate Water. You're at the beach, Pirate Water. At the pool, on the boat, Pirate Water. You're at a christening, Pirate Water. You're at your grandma's funeral, Pirate Water. Actually, legitimately, if you're like at an Irish wake, Pirate Water would fucking hit.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch. You get a cooler of those and be like, he would want it this way. To Bill Brasky. So you can get it in Margarita, Sex on the Beach, Bahama Mama, and Miami Vice. You can go to drinkpiratewater.com to find all the locations near you. So get it go to drinkpiratewater.com, and it tells you what stores you can get it in, where you can find it, or you can just go to GoPuff and have it delivered directly to your house. They're available in one-offs, or I believe in 4 or 6-packs. So go to drinkpiratewater.com to find Pirate Water location, or go to GoPuff and follow and tag at Pirate Water in your social media posts for a chance to get reposted by the brand. A couple calls, and we'll decide which producer gets the money, and then we're out of here for the year. Let's go to Tom in Chicago, who's been waiting for over an hour. Thank you, Tom. What's up?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. 2 quick questions. So, I don't know if you heard or read, but Shohei Ohtani is reported to make close to $70 million, and it can be more in just endorsements this upcoming year. So, my first question is, do you think he will or has already eclipsed more like big like star power than like Taylor Swift on like a grander stage, like just star power and celebrity wise, or no?
No. The only thing I'll say is the Asian factor always freaks me out, where I'm like, is there like a billion people over there who worship him? Like,
but Taylor's just massive in Asia.
Asia too, yeah. So it's like whatever he has.
Shohei Ohtani is one of the top international stars alive. Yes, Taylor Swift is still bigger.
I think Taylor. I've been saying she's the most famous person on the planet.
I don't think that's even a question.
Well, you were saying Tiger still.
I was saying Tiger.
On the
Yeah,
planet?
I think on this show.
No. There's no chance. I
think you did.
Remotely recently said I
think I remember being like, what?
Well,
no. If that happened, I will be shocked.
No?
I will be beyond shocked if I said that.
We did it with somebody recently, and you were still on the Tiger train.
Yeah, but not versus Taylor. I mean, Taylor Swift's the clear number one and has been for a long time.
Athlete.
Was it like Shaq or LeBron or something?
I don't know.
Maybe it was athlete. Yeah. I think Taylor is politicians, musicians, actors, everybody.
Shohei Ohtani's exceptionally famous.
I mean,
but there's a ton
your average mom doesn't know who Shohei Ohtani is,
right.
and if she does, she's like, oh, the Japanese baseball player. She doesn't know his name.
I don't think
his first name.
I think most people who aren't. I think like most moms and I don't know if Shohei Ohtani's a household.
I don't think so.
I don't think he is.
Massive in baseball.
I think like
Japan,
he, first of all his endorsements are overseas. I don't think I haven't seen anything here.
He does New Balance.
Okay.
New Balance.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot of that money though is coming in Japan, in Asia.
But,
I think people will know of him. Like I said, they might have an idea that there's an Asian baseball player that just got the biggest contract ever, but if they couldn't pick him out of a lineup, they don't know his name, all that sort of stuff.
And then to wrap up, I know you got other calls. So I think Clem's, Kevin, I did subscribe to My Mom's Basement. Other people should. They do great content.
Very nice, Tom.
Speaking of Clem, I watched the trailer to the season 2 of House of Dragon, and it just popped up because obviously you see other characters again. I was wondering, do you think that Game of Thrones has the most, or House of Dragon has the most hateable characters in TV history? Because I don't think it's even close.
Does Game of Thrones have the most hateable characters in TV history?
House of Dragons. He specified.
Oh.
Or House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, just because it's like the same last name. So.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a list the other day that had, it was like, I don't know, IGN, that website, whatever, with worst characters ever, and 1 was Joffrey and 2 was Ramsay Bolton, and then a bunch of others, Skylar White, a bunch, but they had the top 2 in.
Skylar White's so funny that she's always and she's
the most sympathetic figure in the world.
She's just begging her husband to stop selling meth.
Don't be a drug lord. Don't be a drug lord who's endangering our infant.
Bitch.
She stays at home and takes care of their special needs son and their infant while her husband becomes a very dangerous drug lord. And everyone was like, I hate Skylar White so much. I will say,
women.
It was
can't even let the guys have fun.
The nagging, am I right?
It was a very bad look for the humans everywhere, but the way that show is written and presented, it's ugh, fuck this.
Yes,
you know.
It
so
was
it's
intentionally done that
yeah,
way.
and it's amazing that you could write a show that way and have it work.
It's kind of like when they go back with The Office. Jim's actually the mean guy.
Yeah.
You're no, he's not.
Yeah,
right.
Watch the show. He's not.
Yeah. if you watch it, Heisenberg's kind of a dude. Yeah. Kind of a homie, you know. But Game of Thrones is certainly up there. There's a lot in there.
You think the people at Harrenhal. I think the people at Harrenhal, those pricks that are keeping that keeps all the kids and the whole people torturing. I think just the little
parts.
I just think if you sum up all,
yeah,
even the people in King's Landing, the guy who gets a slit throat by the guy the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch who's in Bravo, and he gets a slit throat by Sansa's sister. That guy's a piece of shit, but he's not as a bigger stage as Joffrey and Ramsay.
Ilan Payne, right? That guy who Ilan Payne. Yeah, I mean there is
that guy's a piece of shit.
There is a lot in Thrones. It's a very I'd have to really give it some thought and go through some of the classic shows where there's a lot of bad guys and a lot of assholes and whatnot.
I think Seinfeld comes close with all its extras.
Yeah, which is funny in a very different way.
Yeah.
It's this is a mythical medieval world where we're chopping heads off versus this guy, you know, didn't tip on the date or whatever. Yeah. Good call. Good question though. We'll have to give it some thought.
Is House of Dragons? I gave up. Is it worth? Is it sticking there? I kind of just got like.
No, I mean,
all right, I got it.
No, I think it's good. I mean,
it's kind of one of those things, almost like Marvel with Game of Thrones, where it was like, I'll watch these forever, and then one day it just kind of flipped.
Well, I really think you would feel differently if it wasn't that last season. I think that like poisoned the whole well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did probably like the first 4. I think I did a recap or 2. I did like the first 4 or 5 episodes, and I just kind of fell off and never was like, I have to get back.
Yeah, I mean, I do the show with the fellas, and I still wouldn't tell you like have to watch this show, but I like it. There's more dragon stuff, you know, which is funny because everyone was always like dragons, and like there was like very little dragons in Game of Thrones, but this is like a lot of dragons, whether you like that or dislike that. I mean, I will definitely continue watching it, but I just think it'll be very tough to ever recapture what they had after they fucked it up.
Yeah.
It was probably going to be tough.
Well,
like
you can speak about the entire television industry like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They fucked it up.
They really did. Did you see Uncle Fester is getting a spin-off on Wednesday?
What?
Like, are we gonna just spin off the whole family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we just do the Addams Family? Why don't we just have a show with all of them in it? Who out there watched the Jennifer Ortega's Wednesday and was like, I need a whole series about this guy?
I watched Wednesday and I loved Wednesday.
Wednesday's
I thought
great.
Wednesday was good.
Wednesday's great, but like,
I wasn't like,
not good enough that we need a
Fester
spin-off.
guy.
Yeah, give me 10 episodes of Fester. That's fucking crazy. We'll do one more call and then we'll get to Kelly Keegs. We got Alex. What's up? Alex, you there? You got a popcorn funnel?
Yes. Hey guys. Long time Stewie. So everyone was saying like how ridiculous the funnel was. When you have the last bit of your fries from McDonald's, don't you just turn that thing into a shovel and shovel it down your mouth?
Great
so
point.
Why wouldn't you just bring something like that with you?
Maybe
depending on your
that's
appetite,
what
you can supersize it.
Maybe that's what you need. You just need a McDonald's
Jackie
box.
just shook her head back here.
She doesn't like that?
I just like, you need the funnel.
You want something that has both sides. You want something that you scoop with on one side.
Fuck me then, Jackie.
Calls in being like, Jackie's a genius. Jackie's like, this guy's an idiot.
Jackie's got patent pending. That's why she's trying to fucking.
What's so wrong about that, Jack? Why don't you just scoop it with the thing and then pour it in your mouth?
Because you need a big, wide scoop.
That's what have you ever seen a McDonald's fry thing?
Okay, yeah, but that's basically what my
idea is.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's the point he's making.
What is then I misunderstood him. I thought he was just saying just take the shovel and put it in your mouth. Then that's
Well, that
genius.
is kind of what he's saying.
Yeah, he's saying use the McDonald's thing like that and scoop that.
Can you guys just leave the popcorn funnel up to me?
Well, the real problem is one time we asked her to draw it, and what she drew was like, it looked like
think
the
that's why I couldn't
blueprints.
envision it until she said it.
It looked like the blueprints from like Area 51, of like a space. I was like, what is this thing? I couldn't envision it. It's like it should just be like kind of a McDonald's thing that he described, but then on the other end is like a smaller opening for your mouth, I think.
Yeah.
But what she drew that day was crazy.
It was.
It was
so. I feel like this is so simple, but I'm
Pictionary.
so confused by it.
Yeah,
it's just a funnel.
It really might be. That's what you know. She's the one who tells us that it's some profound invention, and then when we try to understand it, she goes, "It's just a funnel." Well, then why is it a big fucking deal?
Oh, this is.
Yeah, look at this thing. I was like, what? Oh, she drew it. It looked like a vagina, right? It was like.
She draws a vulva.
Yeah, she really did. That's what it was. I remember being like, "You're drawing a pussy right now." You're like, "That's a pussy."
Like she even put a clit on it.
Yeah,
like
right.
It couldn't be more of a vagina.
Put the devil's doorknob right there.
Devil's doorknob.
Okay, let's get one last call here. This says Kelly Keegs is the topic, so perfect timing. Kelly, you want to come on? We got Joseph on the line from Cleveland. What up, Joe?
Dude, so I just wanted to shed light on like the conversation that happened between Kelly and Doug last night.
Oh, okay, we can do that first. This guy's calling in about Kelly and Doug. Nice sweater.
Oh, thank you so much. It's from that brand Saison that I love.
What do you got, Joseph?
Hello. Well, wait. Before Joseph says anything, I meant to ask you guys this. Do you think we were trolled by that guy, Doug, yesterday? Someone tweeted at me that it was a troll.
I don't know. That felt very genuine.
He started it by saying, "I don't have a lot
of friends."
It felt like very.
He was like, "I don't have a lot of friends, and I listen to you guys."
Defeated man.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
listen, if that's a
'Cause
troll,
I don't like to get got like that.
If that's
I don't
a
like
troll,
to go on my soapbox about like be kind to your daughter, don't
Yeah.
be judgmental, and then it'd be a fucking troll.
no,
So I would be pissed if that
that's
were the case.
trolling, there's a new level of trolling that I don't think is trolling.
Okay.
I think I usually have a pretty good. My radar's usually up, and it never.
I felt like this is a broken man who's like, I listen to the fellas every day. I don't know who to turn to.
Okay.
And I can give him some.
It was your own fault.
I got. No, I would have recognized his voice. I would have recognized. He would have sounded just like me. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, what do you got, Joe?
Dude, I just feel like Kelly. I just feel like you were like really just leaning into this dude, like saying that like the girl's 19, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you kept saying like that's none of your business. It's none of your business. That is definitely 100% his business. Like she is still.
Yeah,
like, she
it
probably
is a
just
tough
graduated
age,
high school.
but it's. We said that though.
No.
Maybe like a year removed from high school. Like, dude, everything that goes on in that girl's life is pretty much the dad's business. He's probably or the family's probably financially responsible for her.
Well, no, we asked
No,
that.
but they're not. That's the thing.
Well,
is
but he did say like he helps her pay for school,
he said
but
he's like paying for her college.
Helps
Dude,
her pay for
the only thing
college.
She probably pays for is bars is drinks at a bar.
First of all, Joe, I gotta say, Joe, first of all, you're coming in hot, and I feel like you gotta relax. Number one. Number two, I stand by what I said in saying that I don't think that this girl's side business of OnlyFans is her father's business. I do not think that is any of his business. Whatever she chooses to do with her life in that way, I stand by that fully. And I don't know, I'm now going to turn the question to you. Why do you think that it is his business?
I just think it's disrespectful to say something like that to somebody who has a 19-year-old daughter. Like, I feel like that is 100% his business. Because, like,
well, I mean, he was calling, basically trying to talk through
called to
it.
ask questions. He also said some.
I think if Doug felt that way already, he would just be like yelling at her and shutting it down. I think he's trying to figure out the best way to approach this.
100%.
And 19 is that age where, listen, like I said, I don't wish this would happen to me. I feel like 19, I would be like, I probably would not have handled it as tactfully as Doug. I probably would have like flipped out a little bit. But 19 is like a weird age. It's like you're technically an adult. Yeah, I know he was, but he's trying to do the right thing.
No,
he's
and
trying
that's
to figure
fine.
out how to
I don't think saying it's not his business. I don't feel that was disrespectful. I feel like that's a little bit of a wake up call, kind of. I think it's like parents don't want to let go of their kids, and I understand that. But when you're 19 years old and you're pretty self-sufficient with the exception of like a little bit of school paying bill, whatever, I don't quite think that everything is your parents' business anymore.
I also didn't think of it as like a
distinction.
It's not everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that her life isn't his business. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that there are things that you can keep from your parents at the age of 19. And then you should, by the way.
I didn't
And
also
it
think
kind
of that as like, hey, buddy, pipe down. You don't have
No.
to say. It was more like, if you want to approach your daughter and not have her like slam the door in your face,
Right.
you probably should approach her as like, you are an adult who can make your own decisions.
Completely.
But let's have a conversation about it.
I mean,
So I didn't think that was really that.
You're saying that because it's like kind of sex work, but like when you go to college
and you're partying and fucking and drinking.
But even like your major, like your parents, I think most parents don't have a huge influence on a major.
Right.
It's like, no, this
You're
is my
making
choice.
decisions.
I'm 19. This is I'm choosing my career path, and
Right.
maybe she's not choosing a career path, but she's choosing her current occupation.
Right.
And like
She's
how much?
making a choice for herself, and sometimes you don't have to call your dad and ask permission.
Right.
That's just not the case. And I don't think it's disrespectful to point out that some things are not your parents' business. I don't think.
I think that was a
Joe,
little bit of an overreaction. But
Joe, is Joe
I
still on
hung
the
up,
phone?
sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye, Joe. I was sick of his attitude anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it will be a nice common courtesy to call your parents and let them know if you're going to be slinging it on
No,
OnlyFans.
100%, which is exactly
But like,
what I did personally.
I think
that was
like,
a,
I think
yes.
the college majors are like, I didn't want you to be an English major. It's like, well, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah.
Or even where you go to school, or
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Then that's the
now
thing,
the
like,
flip
you
side is
wanna-
that like at 19 these days, I mean, at fucking 35, you can still be like living on your parents' house these days, and they pay for your cell phone and this, that, and the other thing.
Dream.
It's not like you're really kicked out of the house and it's like you're on your own.
Right.
But
I think that was a
legally
weird
and-
assumption to be like she only pays for drinks at bars. Doug was very delicate. Like I help her pay with. I help her with some
No,
school.
totally right. Like I didn't get bad vibes from Doug only.
I think Doug's actually a great dad. Like he's
Yeah.
like just trying his
I
best.
think him wanting to know how to approach a situation is a great thing. Most guys, like you said, or most dads would just like freak the fuck out
Yeah.
and think the worst and then take it out on their daughter or son, whoever is involved. And I think that is so detrimental to a relationship in the future as an adult, because when you start like chipping away at that trust with judgment, I don't think that it
They don't come to you with
helps.
anything.
It comes, and then 15 years down the line, you're in a nursing home by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
20 years down the line, whatever it is.
Oh,
Like
that's
it's
dark.
just, I know.
Poor
But
Doug.
that's how that I'm telling you. Like people
Yeah.
think I'm being dramatic, but it's not. Like I see that happen all the fucking time. Like it's kind of crazy, you know. And you want to keep a good relationship with your parents as long as you can. You know what I'm saying?
Also, she's gonna be fucking.
Wait for
making
Christmas.
that money.
That's what I was saying.
That was
dude.
hilarious when you said that. Wait
Yeah,
for
just
Christmas.
don't
Wait for fucking Christmas. You're gonna have a new car in the driveway.
Exactly.
It's decision time, Kelly.
It's
We've been
decision
talking all week about the Rent app
decision
winner. Which producer is gonna win the free rent for a month? We narrowed it down to 3.
Yep.
It's Jordan, who is the booker, who works around the clock. It is Tara, who is the reality TV show producer here at Barstool, who works around the clock when she's filming all those. And it's John Foley, who has a shitty dog.
Yep.
Literally and figuratively.
Right.
Now, I will say John Foley probably provided the most content this week.
Agreed.
Which was a part of this.
That was very funny. And John Foley is also very funny. Like sometimes he
Oh,
pops
man, that
up
was
and
great.
says like hilarious things in like that baritone voice.
I'm going to bully him into releasing that footage regardless of what
Oh
happens.
yeah, for sure. I think he wants to. Like
Yeah,
he's
just opening up.
He's like,
by the way,
I'm like basically naked. And
Yeah.
we can say, okay, John,
Or he just says he does not want to release.
Well, he was hoping I would buy
believe
it.
you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's trying to get you on his side.
So the floor is yours. Who wins
Okay.
the Rent app free month of rent?
So this has been a difficult decision. It's been weighing on me for weeks because having to make a decision like this, because I have been in a position myself so many, like more times than I can count, where like a month of rent would change my fucking life or like really get me back on track on something and whatever. And so it's hard to pick someone who like deserves it, because I think everyone deserves it. Everyone works really hard. Everyone does a great job. I am someone who appreciates a little bit of preparedness, someone who maybe it was thrust upon them, oh no, and then turns it into something. So I am picking Jordan Berry.
Woo! Jordan Berry!
All right, JD.
Rent app will be providing
Tara and
Jordan.
John both are so excellent, and I wish I could give everybody money, but Jordan
Yeah.
Berry, like she was nominated by Marina, she didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
She came over here with the facts, that list of facts of the amount of money.
It was over.
Yeah, that was tough.
I was
once
like,
once
this
you
is
learn that,
incredible.
hey, listen,
She
if
had
my rent
Kelly
is
over
covered,
here as
I
like
can.
backup. Kelly was back in the back.
Yeah,
like,
that was tough too.
And I was like,
Once you learn that, if my rent is covered for the month, I can go visit my family like 26
oh
times.
my
or
God,
something.
right? Like that's.
I'd like to see the
That was in
math
the
on that.
40s.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How cheap is it to fly to Indianapolis?
Imagine she just made it all up.
She absolutely could have, by
I
the
mean,
way.
I would
know
like.
when-
Then I would appreciate that as well, because
Yeah.
she swindled me.
I
Like,
can go to Indiana 700 times.
I would have believed it. Like, I don't know, it's like $9 round trip.
yeah, who knows? Who knows?
All
But I
right,
think that,
well-
and there was the dog aspect. She's been here forever, and I think that it's
Those girls, too,
well-deserved.
there's like only a couple girls now, literally,
Yeah.
and they book every guest for every show.
They do everything.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about it, there's like how many podcasts, and they all have like multiple guests a week, and there's just like 2 people making all that happen. So
And it's a lot
shout
to
out
manage those
girls.
kind of people. You know what I mean? Like talent and working with talent managers, I know is difficult. Like it's it's a lot. So congratulations to Jordan. I think it's well deserved. Thank you to Marina for nominating her, shining a light on her. I think that's lovely. They're besties, so that was really cute.
And shout out to Rent App for making
out
it
to Rent
happen. You can go to Rent App. Oh, there she is. Congratulations, Jordan.
Yay!
Woo! Are you gonna cry? We have a mic. There's a
I
mic
want to
back
cry
there.
on air.
Yeah.
I feel that, girl. Yay!
No, I don't want to get roasted for crying.
I thought
No,
that
it's
was a
fine. I
funny
cry all the
line
time.
from Tara, where it's like, and as all girls know, you got to be careful crying on air.
I
Tara,
totally
you just
agree.
produced a show where Stephen Che bawled his eyes out.
true.
It's not just the girls around here.
Everybody's crying.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cry, but I'm really, really thankful, and
Of course they
when
do.
it goes, and thank you to the sponsor. But today I was gonna say, if I had to talk again, I was gonna say Tara and I both deserve it.
Of
So
course.
give it to us both. But I'm really.
Yeah, Keith, what the fuck? Give it to them both.
I thought she had the breakdown, she had all this stuff. And listen, I love everybody, but Jordan, I really do think that you've done so much for so many people. And when you said yesterday that you weren't even like eligible for the thing, like that bothered me. And you've been here forever. And like I just think you deserve a little shine. I think you deserve this.
Thanks, guys. But I don't think Tara was eligible either, and I felt bad about that.
She did say that, but
I'll give Tara the money.
Tara's fine.
Tara gets
Tara
money
will
too.
be fine.
2 winners. Tara, I'll
She'll
take
be
care
fine.
of
She's
you.
not as-
Rent app takes care of Jordan. I will take care of Tara.
There you go.
2 winners.
There you go.
Everybody's happy
There
for the
you go.
holidays.
Perfect.
Everybody can go home.
Wow.
See everybody.
Santa Kevin. Santa Kevin coming in clutch.
Fucking rent
I'm gonna go
app.
cry at my desk. So thank you.
Congratulations, Jordan. Congratulations,
Jordan.
Tara. Everybody deserves it.
Everybody.
While we're congratulating Jordan, tomorrow Jordan did a hell of a job tuning to KFC Radio. Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White.
Wow.
What?
Kelly Martin.
Both of them?
Are they in this place?
No, they were Zoom. but-
Holy shit. I would have actually killed you both, I think. If they were in this place.
They were
tell
almost.
me.
They were almost.
They were
It
supposed to
was-
be here, and then like
it
they
was
did.
Wedding.
And then
When did you talk to them?
Yesterday morning.
Wow.
Was it so good?
Yeah, Jeremy Allen White's the man.
No, he's so hot, you guys.
They
Oh my
were,
God.
They like the fact that those two. We kind of talked about it a little bit. They were kind of on their like press junket mode. But I wanted to get into like just being the boys on set together.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine Jeremy Allen White and Zac Efron on set together. Just like I don't know.
What do they
like
talk
off like when camera's not rolling? Just
Yeah,
like people
yeah.
around. It's just like those two people getting together is like the fucking Infinity Gauntlet or whatever. It's just like the
Yeah.
world. They can't handle that. They were they are fucking so jacked for
They're
this
so
shit.
jacked up. Yeah.
And
You would like that they touched each other a lot.
they kept doing
I
this.
would like
a lot.
that.
I would've
Like,
liked
very Kelly, like not even a guy being like, yo, whatever. It was very like, you deserve it, honey.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with that. Can I point out that I think that that's become like a trend in male co-stars across the board? Like,
Yes.
Get buddy.
Jacob Elordi and Barry Keoghan.
I was just
Saltburn.
thinking that.
We have Paul Mescal and Andrew,
The hot priest
the
from
hot priest
Fleabag.
from Fleabag. They're very much like
Andrew
it.
White, I think.
Andrew-
maybe.
no.
I feel like it's when you get two
That's
guys
fucking
together.
Sacrilegious. I don't remember.
I feel like when like Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum did it.
Andrew Scott.
Andrew Scott. Thank you.
If you do a movie or a show where you actually like click with somebody, I think that comes out, which is kind of fucked up because I think when I don't see that, I'm like, oh, I don't think those guys get along.
No,
which is not fair, but it's like,
right,
you know,
not
it's like
fair.
if you're really clicking with somebody, you're probably doing all that funny shit and busting each other's
I
balls
like
and-
it though. I think that it shows me a little bit of it shows me the camaraderie behind the scenes, and it makes me more inclined to go see the show. And I think that Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell are putting on a clinic doing that same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're just who knows what their deal is, but I do think that them like flirting constantly.
I mean, those two are fucking.
Makes me want to, right? They have to. Well, she's engaged. He and his girlfriend.
Well, those two
broke
have
up,
fucked,
right after
yeah.
they got. But then I was like, is that part of the bid?
Didn't they
Like,
break up or something? Wasn't that the whole
they
thing?
broke up when pictures from the
Yeah,
filming
this-
of the movie came out. Everybody was like, oh my God, they're so cute. Oh my God. And they were like coupley ass photos. Like, selfies on the back of like a tour bus in Australia or whatever the hell they were. And
Which could just be incredible promo for a
no,
movie.
so
but
that's what I wonder. And then his like girlfriend unfollowed her and like all this stuff. And
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, is she in on the whole thing?
we all saw
Like,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith though. These things get very, very real.
No, I know, right.
Tale as old as time. So.
It's been a while since we had a scandal like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
A marriage scandal. So
I'm always like, listen, you have chemistry on camera like that with somebody,
you
at least want to fuck them.
Yeah.
Of course.
It doesn't, it's just,
right.
if I was dating an actress, I would be like, well, I don't really want you to do this movie with Zac Efron, but I can't stop you.
Yeah,
but like,
what am I
this is gonna
supposed to
suck.
I think Elizabeth Taylor once was like, whenever you film a movie, you fall in love with your co-star.
Totally.
Like,
It's
like-
the perfect, especially if it's a romance, it's like, it's the perfect setting to fucking fall in love.
Okay, fall in love.
I remember Pam said that with Jim. And then, but he had to come on. Like I think he was on Kimmel like later, and they brought
Once
it
he was
up.
married to like
and he
Emily
was
Blunt.
with like Emily Blunt, and he's like, she kind of overstated it.
It was just a friend day. Emily's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. That's my man. Jim's my man.
Emily's coming for Pam. Huh? Bitch. I'm Devil Wears Prada. Like, back up. I watched that. I watched Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway Actors on Actors the other day, the variety thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So good. I love those Actors on Actors.
When we had on we had on Lee Eisenberg, a writer of The Office,
Ooh.
and he was talking about Anne Hathaway, and he was like, telling some stories like, I had such a great night with Annie. That's what. Her friends
People
call her. You can call her Ann.
Yeah, we call her Ann. He said that?
You can call her Ann. I call her Ann.
That's so cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's same with like Emma Stone. Everyone calls her Emily. That's like
Oh, that's weird. Emily Stone would be like a whole different.
That's her real name. Her name is Emily Stone, but her like stage name is Emma Stone. But like her friend, like whenever you hear the other actors talking,
It's weird
about her, they're
to
like,
lengthen
me and
it.
Emily, like they'll always, and I'm always like, who?
Yeah, that makes me feel like that you sound like an asshole. Oh, I call her Emily. It's totally normal.
Oh,
but
no,
like,
true.
You know what I mean? Because if it was Emily and you called her Emma, that's like a nickname.
Right.
When you lengthen it, it's like I call her Emma.
I agree.
All right, that's it for us. Oh wait. Oh yeah. We got to get Marty on. This is a long episode, but we should talk about this.
Murder Mysteries coming out in January.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. So we got Murder Mystery. We got Barstool basketball tonight.
Yep.
What is that? Is this like a whole season, a game, a run up to the playoffs? What is tonight?
Tonight's just the first episode.
Okay, so it's starting a series.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's in 5 or 6 episodes.
All right, awesome. So that'll be weekly?
Yeah, weekly.
Okay, so we'll start Barstool basketball tonight. We got Murder Mystery in the new year.
Yep.
And then yesterday was what some people will probably call the most improbable dozen game ever. And I'll give you a look behind the curtain. Jeff D'Lo kept saying to me, because we have not been playing well, my team, and we were good last year. Good, decent. And he was like, this is a get-right game. This is a get-right match. And he kept saying that. He kept saying that. Yeah, it's fucked up. And not only because he was just like, listen, they're the worst team. Joey Chestnut doesn't even talk. He doesn't answer anything. I think he was even going to like write questions to be like, we need your mom to win. And we got, not only did we lose, Marty and Keith and David Andrews from the Patriots, who just joined mid-game, blew our fucking doors off. It was 13-4. I think we tacked on a couple extra, but it was 13-4 was the end.
But my
It was so embarrassing.
It was really embarrassing. Me explaining why I texted a bunch of, I texted 8 people being like, hey.
So Joey didn't show up
Yeah, he didn't
to the
show
game.
up.
So Marty was trying to fill in, trying to
And
find a
I
fill in.
texted so many people like, hey, what you doing right now, lol.
Well, what's crazier is he got a decent amount of responses. Braxton Berrios said if it was 7:30, I could do it. I'm like, aren't you fucking with Alex Earl or like?
Braxton,
he's just down to hang out with the
he's
boys
the
and answer some
best.
questions.
Braxton's literally the best. I love him, so like he'll always down. He's always down. But they're like that. I like.
Yandel's great
Ryan-
too. This is my first time really interacting
He's
with
so
Yandel.
so goddamn.
He pulled an answer with Alicia Keys' "Fallen." I was sitting there waiting to steal it, and he's singing it.
Yeah.
He's singing it in his head, like he's like humming the words. And I was just ready to steal it at the last fucking second. He was like, falling in love with you, falling in love. Alicia Keys fallen. And I was like, I mean, you guys fucking threw a party for, you were like, I think you threw a party for that one, being like, we got an answer right. We got an answer right. Little did we know,
David
13
Andrews,
points
it's on
later.
his Wikipedia now. Ice Dogs.
That's great.
Yeah, no, we're rolling right now.
Well, I mean, you won one.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it.
That's rolling? Okay, all right.
I got a feeling if I had to, this is no look behind the curtain, but I got a feeling that the Ice Dogs and the Booze
Pony's got a matchup coming.
A collision course right now.
That's going to be an outrageous.
If Jeff D'Lo is not scheduling that, he has no flair for the dramatic. He does not have a sense for the moment at all.
Yandel literally was like, I can't believe we won. It was like one of the most crazy things we've ever done. And yeah, listen.
I didn't know it was like that bad. It was funny though, afterwards Jeff was like, what happened, guys? And I was like, I'll sum it up like this. Like, you asked me questions that I didn't know the answer to. And Rudy was like, that's really what it comes down to. We didn't know the answer to the question.
Rudy's was bad, though.
Rudy's was tough. Rudy, I don't want to pile on, but we were looking for a new niche. Rudy's niches weren't working out. I was like, let's do music. We always do music right. I said, let's do early rap music, 90s, 2000s. That's what I'm good at. He said mid-2000s would be better for me. So Jeff said, give me some people. So I said Jay-Z, Eminem, 50 Cent. Rudy was like, Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's my guy. We play Kid Cudi. He plays Soundtrack to My Life. I think one of the greatest songs like ever, period, let alone Kid Cudi's like.
The only Kid Cudi song I know.
And he goes, Pursuit of Happiness. That's the final answer. And I was the final answer guy, so it's on me too. So because I should have known that too. But he just goes, Pursuit of Happiness. Final answer again. Final answer. And that was to lose it. He goes, the Ice Dogs have won it. I was like, oh my God. It was tough. It was tough.
Oh, you lost already by niche round? That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
they
tough.
stole our double, they took our niche. I mean, it was
Damn.
just
We have a match coming out.
KFC Radio for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you ever listening to the podcast to the very end, it's
crazy.
like literally one of my favorite
Only
songs ever.
song.
I was singing the words in my head. I just didn't get to the part where he says "soundtrack to my life." But Rudy was, I'm Kid Cudi's guy. I was like, all right,
That's tough.
Congratulations to the Ice Dogs.
We have a Booze Ponies.
Booze Ponies Chicago tonight.
Is that tonight?
Yeah,
Excellent.
tonight.
Excellent. Very good match as well.
And then Friday night, Out of Order Christmas special.
Oh, I've been
Really,
hearing about
really,
the
really
Christmas
funny.
special for a while now. Jackie was
watch
working around the clock to do the spelling bee, and Pavs has been working around the clock to do KFC Radio and Out of Order. I think a lot of Adderall has been had, and a lot of
Gotta do it. I feel like I need to get back on an
Is this
Adderall
the
train.
most
I haven't taken Adderall in
collaborative
years.
This is the most collaborative we've ever been.
Yes, definitely.
It's kind of fun.
It's very fun. It's very fun.
to get the machine rolling, but once people start getting these videos coming out, it's going to be a
When
whole
a
thing.
lot of people have a lot of followers, work together all the time.
Yeah.
Works out.
Works out okay.
Wow.
It's a strong end to the year, I'd say.
We'll see you guys in 2024, maybe. It depends on if I get a contract out of it.